Hey, I'm Rich. I build stuff, and this is part 54 of my Dreadnought Redux playlist. So in this one, I'm going to see if I can't get these guys onto the rest of the model and maybe polish some things up. Maybe we'll get done for the new year. Well, there's only one way to find out, and that is to spin this camera around. Oh. No photo magic today. Guess we gotta go in and do it then. Alright. Should be obvious. These little bits, these little fiddly bits here, are very delicate. But in the course of building a model, there's times when you have to hold things together firmly. Trying to hold fiddly bits of photo etch firmly, well, that does not work. That does not work. But sometimes the manufacturer has a brain. This little strip down here to me looks like a thinner piece of metal that's meant to go over the edge and form a kind of lip for glue to hold on to make it so this thing can grip better on the details. So that's what I'm going to try. Alright. And try we do. With some rather loud music that I'll be unediting in post. So, I don't quite zoom in. Maybe I'll be able to with some post-editing, but there I am adding some of these fences in place using the tweezers and the rather tacky glue. So, yeah. Oh, so I figured I'd bring back the time-lapse bits. Might make things a little more interesting to watch and see. I think this clip's going to like 20 times speed or something like that. But yeah, so I end up adding a little bit of glue, waiting for it to kind of dry a bit. Sometimes I breathe on it to set it. And there I go, just kind of talking a little bit about doing exactly what I just mentioned, which is, it's going to look like I'm going to try to eat this thing in a moment, I think. I mean, I'm tubby enough, but I'm not actually trying to eat it. I'm actually using the condensation of my breath as a mild accelerant for the super glue. Nom 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 nom. Okay, just kidding. That joke got old. It doesn't taste good, Rich. It is not food. We do not eat that. Alright. That little guy. Right there, him. That guy. I was looking at that and wondering why. Poor camera work, go away. It wasn't mentioned in this instruction set. Then I noticed something. Yeah. Now the boat did in fact change. So yeah, here's how it looked in 1915. And here it is in 1918. So as you can see, this searchlight platform's a bit different. So is the rigging and everything else. I'm partial to the 1915 arrangement for reasons. Whether those reasons become clear or not, I don't know. But looks like I'm going to have to go ahead and yeah, looks like I'm going to have to go ahead and do a little bit more scratch building. Now, if only I could snap my fingers and make it done. But, no, it doesn't quite work that way. I'm just using the calipers to pre-measure some of these bits. And then I'm sanding down the, after I added the walls to that top, pre-sanding it. So in case you're wondering what that little crappy paint drawing was about, it was in 1915 that the Dreadnought got her only kill, which was ramming a submarine, which is what that poorly drawn picture represents. As I sand down and then put in some wires for the kind of walls to the lookout tower, for this, well, lookout tower. Now that looks a hell of a lot more like what I saw in the book. So I reused the piece that would normally have gone down here, acted like a roof here, because this isn't a roof. anymore. And yeah, I might still have to add like a thing or two for other details with that. I think with this, it pushes all this into the realm of I can finally start some painting. So now you're going to learn why I have this on a piece of masking tape. So, get all these nice and primed. And because I have this nice and wonderful thing here, this card on which it is all based, I can actually go ahead and flip it around. You spin me right round, baby. Right. Okay. So yeah, it takes a while to prime these, and then I end up painting them gray in some places, or I'll paint them after priming them. A lot of the more detailed stuff I did with a brush, as you can see. And the camera seems to slowly adjust. Well, you saw there at the very end of that was me doing what I did with the deck, which is to layer strips of paint in a way to look like different variations in wood shading. And on this attempt at a deck, I use a very thin layer of paint, just to kind of make everything have that brown bit before, again. Alright, so I went and I painted over this, or primed it, I should say. You'll notice, though, that there's not complete coverage. It's because I'm just taking this sandpaper here, tie grit sandpaper, and just going over some of these edges. And the reason is I'm finding that some of this finish is just a bit too rough for my tastes. That's the thing I generally do if the paint is too rough or I see a little line, is I'll go with some high grit sandpaper to smooth it out. Still gotta add a little more, you know, the surfacer there, just gonna act as like a sort of liquid green stuff, I guess. So, painting this guy, and I realized something. That's the top for the bridge. Where's the bottom? Because that's not it. That's something that goes behind one of the funnels. Found this guy on the floor. Without the little front bit that was there, nor any fence that I thought was there previously. So it looks like I have to scratch build that again. And like any good scratch build for a piece you lost, it starts by trying to find that piece. And then I look at the book to see just kind of how it will look. And then I start cutting it up out of a styrene sheet. Cutting a bit of that outer structure before putting it together with thin plastic strips and, you know, tweezers and all that. And eventually, I think I paint over this without primer just because, you know, it was really not in a good place because it had already been painted. Oh my god, the camera is upside down. Well, I'm lazy and I figure that they keep saying you should do different camera angles. Keep it exciting. So, learned a little something. Why would it be that a little piece like this would leave the table and get all crunched up and screwed up? I don't know. I just put the pieces down, I reach over to my palette, and I think you can see the problem. But if you can't, arm touch thing. Things sort of adhere because life is weird like that. And then you go move, it falls on the floor, but it's already been smushed by my pudgy arm. So, there's how I had to fix it. Over here we have a ship, and we have a bridge. Da-da-da! And it's on. Wow. That does it. It's a bridge too near. And too far out is my thanking 54 subscribers. As well as, I guess I'm doing some final painting and attaching things here. Trying a new super glue applicator and find it doesn't quite work the way I like. Alright, I'm not quite sure if you can notice this in the camera. Oh yes, I was able to put some more stuff on. I'm having a little difficulty keeping this mask kind of glued in and straight since it wants to kind of buckle back out. That's life. But I noticed a little something. Crow's nest point this way. Should point straight. Also, I want to keep these kind of masts, or sorry, these yards out nicely. What do? Well, I recently got one of these. So, wrong tool. One of these. There we go. A little tiny craft saw type thing. I figure if I cut through here nicely, should be able to just take it and set it straight myself. So, I am rich. I build stuff. And this has been Dreadnought Redux Part 54. and 55, and 56. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Like, share, subscribe, hooray! Peace out.